G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to my FIFA 22 career mode with Arsenal. I believe this is episode 13, so make sure to drop a like, comment and subscribe if you guys enjoyed. But yeah, getting off to the start of this episode, going to be doing some more dealings. Leon comes in for an offer for Cedric, and I'll be happy to see him go, so hopefully we can get something sorted there. And our second game of the Premier League season is going to be up against Leeds. It's going to be our first away match after coming off a 1-1 draw against Tottenham in the first game of the season. Really want to get 3 points here because I believe we have a pretty easy schedule coming up. I believe we play Leeds, West Brom and Fulham, Norwich, those sort of teams. And no disrespect to them, but they are probably the bottom feeders of the Premier League. So we really need to convert those games into wins and try to get out to a lead in the Premier League, basically. Try to sit around the top of the table and try to create some separation for when we do play some more of the good to great teams. We start off here with Saka, who scores a goal there. Not sure what the keeper was doing there. It looked like the shot was pretty central, but Meslier kind of made a meal of that, and Saka will take that goal. But when is the dangerous time in football? It's normally when you score, you tend to concede straight after, and we end up doing that there, as I think that's Rodrigo just finished that one off beautifully. Can't blame Ramsdale for that at all. Not sure if there was a keeper in the game that would have saved that. We're getting ahead to the second half now. Isaac has a tight angle, but again just goes across the goalie there into the far post. Not sure what the defender was doing there, running back. Not going towards the ball there at all. But Leeds again looking to respond. It's every time once we score, we tend to give up a silly goal straight back. And they work it around beautifully there. And I think that's going to be Dan James, the ex-Man United player, making it 2-2. And so now we go on the offensive again. Isaac trying to find someone. Finds Ødegaard, who splits through the middle there and scores another one. And Ødegaard has been in fine form for this whole career mode, basically. But Leeds on the counter there. You see they have players for days. I thought I did well to try to stall them. But Dan James, with an absolute perler of a finish on the volley. Not much we could do from that, and it's all of a sudden it's 3-0 late on into the game, but this time it's us on the counter. You see we have players in space. We whip it across. Martinelli wins the header down to Isaac, who volleys it home. What a goal. Not sure whose was better, the Leeds one or this one just now, but this one obviously means more as it secured the 3 points for us. As you see all the players going absolutely crazy. The fans would have loved it. And that's going to be our first win of the season, our first 3 points in a very eventful game. 4-3, you see the XG there, over 4 for us, just about 3 for them. So it was a pretty even game, but we definitely had more chances. We just need to be more clinical, much like the first game of the season. As you see some results from around the grounds, all the big teams basically went in there and going to be playing up against West Brom in a second. You see there we did manage to sell Cedric, and Reiss Nelson has been loaned out, so that probably means we might have to go buy a winger because I didn't really think that part through. I guess I just didn't think he was ready for first team action. So I'm going to look to bring in a winger. We do have the funds for it, that's for sure. As nothing happened in the first half really, but we skip early on in the second half now, and Ødegaard puts another one in. Beautiful ball there from Isaac. It's normally the two of them intertwining. Normally it's Ødegaard to Isaac, but this time it's the other way around. But West Brom here on the counter, and a decent cross there. Not sure what our defenders was doing. Just wasn't man marking, and they tie it up. And late on into the game now, Smith Rowe manages to steal that off the defender's foot and scores a late winner. That's 2 games in a row where we've come up clutch and scored game-winning goals in the last minute or two. But hey, a win is a win. I'll take it anyway. You see there 2-1, not the cleanest game. According to the stats, we should have won, so I'm glad we did. But we did get a little lucky there, as it wasn't a well-worked goal. We just got a bit lucky there with Smith Rowe just being on his toes and nicking it off the defender. And just like that now, it's deadline day. Going to be trying to make a couple moves. You see we're trying to sell a few of our players. I believe that's Torreira who we've managed to let go and bring some money in. Wasn't sure if I wanted to get rid of Lacazette or not, just trying to get some more money. But yeah, Torreira sold. John Jules, I believe, is a young striker we managed to loan out. And we went in for this guy, Noah Lang, I think is how you pronounce it. Has been linked to Arsenal in the past. He's a young winner. I hope he's going to be a young winner. He's a young winger, but I believe he'll fill that Reece Nelson slot as basically a backup winger, or not even a backup, just a rotation type player. I can move him into Saka's position or Martinelli's position. If any one of them drops in form, I can bring him into either start or just bring him off the bench to give us a bit of life. But you see there, Alexander Isak, 3 goals in his last 3 games. Not too surprising there, especially if you've watched this career mode. I brought him in midway through last season, I believe it was, and he's just been on fire ever since. I'm expecting a massive goal tally for him and possibly the golden boot this season if he manages to stay healthy and keep playing well. But early on here against Fulham, we find Isak who gets it out wide to Saka. Saka's going to cross it back to Isak, who finds Sanchez. And that's just a beautifully worked goal. Fulham just weren't committing, weren't putting any tackles in. We just worked it round till we found a bit of space. But every time we score, the opposition tends to respond. And I thought for sure this guy was offside, but he wasn't. So a beautiful pass there from the Fulham player. And now we have to go ahead into the second half and earn this win. It's going to be Martinelli who bends one around the keeper. Haven't heard too much from Martinelli this season, but he's going to be a beast. And he's going to represent that number 14 shirt well. And Fulham now trying to equalise again, but Ramsdale comes up with a clutch save. And it just goes across the line for a goal kick before they can get another shot off. And we end up holding on 2-1. You see that we dominated the shots again, but Fulham probably deserved something out of this game. We definitely did not play well. Probably our worst performance of the season. But we still got 3 points, and that's what matters. When you don't play well and you still manage to win, that's when you know you're a good side. And we are currently sitting top of the table on 10 points. Currently undefeated. I think the only undefeated teams are, I think it was Spurs, and then I'm not sure who that other team was, but they just had a few draws, no real wins. But yeah, game against Norwich now. So you see we have had a pretty easy schedule, but it doesn't feel like it because all our games have been relatively close and just been able to nick them at the death. But you see here against Norwich, this was a much more relaxing game. Ødegaard manages to stab one in there after a great bit of play from Martinelli, a good cross. And Norwich look to equalise straight away, as all my opposition teams do. As soon as I score, they just come straight back. I don't know what it is. But from the corner now, Isak gets his head on it and scores another header. He's been doing that a little bit this season. He's a nice tall striker, which is good. And Martinelli's going to thump one. Krul gets a hand to it, but it's not enough to keep it out. Post and in. So Martinelli getting back into the thick of things now. And Isak's going to play a beautiful ball to the overlapping run of Thomas Partey. And we go up 4-1. And just to add insult to injury, Saka's waiting at the back post there. Beautiful cross from our captain Tierney. And Saka's going to do a funny little celebration there. But that was what we want to see. A nice easy 5-1 win to end off the episode. Hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure to drop a like, comment and subscribe. And let me know if there are any players I should bring in or let go. I'm always down to read feedback and take that into consideration. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.